Good afternoon, everyone, y muy buenas tardes. Welcome to the second annual high school virtual lunch. And to those of you who joined us for high school breakfast last semester, welcome back. Yes, I am wearing a sweater right now. The AC is kind of high here in my office, but that's the usual, so don't mind that. And now we are in webinar format. So whether you have your camera on or off, I can't see you chomping on that sandwich or taco or energy bar or whatever you decided to have for your lunch today. So please enjoy your lunch while we share some great information with you. My name is Omar Peña. I am the Student Affairs Specialist in the Napa Valley College Transfer Center, and it's my pleasure to be your MC for today. Before we get started, captions are available at the bottom of the screen. Just click on CC on the CC button. Chat will not be available, but we have a Q&A field where you can ask questions. Please make sure your mics are muted. And this event is being recorded for your convenience, and the recording plus all presentation materials will be made available at the MVC Counselor's webpage, and that'll be shortly. Lastly, please complete our event evaluation survey following the event, which will be sent from MVC Student Affairs at napavalley.edu. Your feedback is very valuable to us. So for those that may not know, this high school luncheon, as well as our high school breakfast, were designed to continue building and strengthening our strong connection with you, our high school partners. Seeing students succeed is what drives us, and we continue to provide the same level of service, if not more. We hope that after hearing updates from various areas on our campus, you'll agree that Napa Valley College continues to be an excellent first choice for students to make. To properly begin our event, I'll be reading a land acknowledgement to honor that we are on Indigenous land and to thank those who were here before us. As we gather today, it is important to acknowledge that the lands we all occupy today are Indigenous lands. We acknowledge that the Napa Valley College and the surrounding Napa Valley sit on the unceded, traditional, ancestral, and contemporary homelands of the Anasatis, Patwin, Miwok, and Pomo peoples' lands that were taken via genocide and forced removal. I ask you to join me in acknowledging the Anasatis, Patwin, Miwok, and Pomo communities, their elders both past and present, as well as future generations. And that was put together by Luis Alcázar, who you'll be hearing from today too. Please allow me to introduce one of our fearless leaders, our Assistant Superintendent and Vice President of Student Affairs, the one and only Oscar Leado.
Hello, Omar. Thank you very much, Omar. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. I especially want to give a shout out and a great token of my gesture of appreciation for those colleagues joining us from Sonoma County, from Marin County, from Sonoma County, and of course, here from Napa County. I also want to thank the Napa Valley College staff who have taken time from their busy schedule to join us for this second event. You also notice that our agenda for this year is a bit shorter, and it's an hour long, but we did it with the idea, we wanted to make certain that we did not impose on your precious time. However, though, please be assured that the information you'll receive is information that is pertinent to you and to your students for the forthcoming summer and fall terms. I also wanted to share one thing is that you will not be seeing me on this screen for the next either the breakfast and or the luncheon, as I have opted to retire at the end of this June. So I wanted to thank all of you, especially those of you who were with the high school breakfast event for the last 17 years, as well as those of you who have joined us for the luncheon for the last 2 years. I want to thank you very much for the attention that you've given us, for sending us your students. And I want to reiterate that Napa College wants to see your students. Napa College is prepared to see your students, and Napa College is looking forward to having your students here. And so the agenda today has several items and several updates that I hope that you will enjoy and you will take back and share with your colleagues as well as with your students. So with that, once again, thank you very much for all the years that you've attended this event, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, Oscar. And I would also like to thank you for your many years of dedication to the college, for being a positive figure in our division, and most importantly, for letting me steal coffee and coffee creamer from your office whenever I was running low. You'll definitely be missed, but we know that you won't be a stranger. Moving along with our program, let's hear some updates from our academic affairs. You'll be hearing from several of our colleagues, and to start us off, I'd like to introduce our Assistant Superintendent and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Sarah Parker.
Thanks, Omar. Dear partners, thank you for being here with us today. The last few years have tested us in many unexpected ways, but fortunately, Vice President DeHaro and the individuals in student affairs have ensured that we have been able to stay connected with all of you, our educational partners, so that we can continue to share important information about the college. I'm pleased to be here with you to assure you that despite some of the challenges you may have heard about, we have continued to find new and improved ways to serve our students in meeting their educational and career goals. We can't wait to welcome your students to NVC, where through their pursuit of higher education, they'll open up so many opportunities. Let me get my slides going and let you know what I will share with you today. Across higher education, but particularly at community colleges, the experience of the pandemic has reinforced something that we already knew. Our students want diverse scheduling options to meet their needs. In numerous surveys that we've conducted here at the college and that have also been done across the state, we see that students are continuing to ask us to maintain strong distance education offerings so that they can mix in-person, hybrid, and online courses across their schedule in ways that work with their busy lives. The experience of having moved all of our classes online during the pandemic has shown us what is possible when we offer a broader variety of course offerings, certainly more than we did before the pandemic. While we've considerably increased our in-person offerings for this coming fall semester compared to the last 2 academic years, we have striven to maintain many of our hybrid and online offerings, and our schedule in the fall will be approximately 55% in person and 45% distance education. All of our offices are currently open in person, and we're excited to see more life returning to campus as we head into fall. We currently have a mask requirement in place, and this requirement is anticipated to lift on June 1st. We also have a vaccination requirement in place, and that will continue into fall semester. Students who register for in-person courses or who sign up to access in-person services, for example, a counseling appointment or with a financial aid, they will need to provide proof of vaccination or to have an approved exemption. Exemptions can be either for religious or medical purposes. And if approved, currently we're requiring students with an exemption to be subject to weekly testing. Our vaccinated status does not require that students have received a booster shot. I want to use the time that's been allocated to academic affairs to share some key information with you about our incoming students, relevant for your incoming students as well as current high school students. So first, I'd like to introduce Senior Dean Maria Villagomez. She's the Senior Dean over Language Arts, Social Sciences, Library, and Distance Education, and she's going to talk to you about distance education at NVC and the resources available to support student success in online courses.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parker. Good morning, colleagues. On behalf of the Napa Valley College Distance Education team, welcome to our virtual high school luncheon. My name is Maria Villagomez, and I'm the Senior Dean of the Library, Language Arts, Social Sciences, and I also oversee distance education at Napa Valley College. I am so excited about the learning and the interdisciplinary exchange of ideas that will be happening here today. It's been almost 2 years since distance education evolved in so many unanticipated ways. Nevertheless, no pandemic or variant has managed to prevent us from the ability to continue to deliver quality and online instruction to our students. In fact, it has allowed us to reach a much wider audience, and for that, I am grateful because we have increased access to students equitably. These difficult times have presented us with opportunities to be even more resourceful and discover more creative ways to continue delivering quality instruction to all our students. Distance education's purpose is to provide a platform for collaboration, learning, teaching, training, and support. Our courses and many of our services are conducted through the Canvas online learning management system. Our DE team provides training and technical support to students and instructors learning and teaching online. Next slide, please. The following is our fall 2022 breakdown in course offering modality. As you can see in the slide, our fall 2022 in-person classes constitute a little over 50% of our total course offerings. Next slide, please. Our distance education team offers ongoing student orientations, tutorials, and direct support to online and hybrid students who need our assistance. Next slide. Recently, our distance education website was updated to reflect a more student-friendly experience as our students navigate through our services and various levels of support. Our website includes an FAQ section along with contact information depending on the level of support needed. Final slide, please. Please refer your students to us should they need our support. Kudos to all of you for dedicating your time today to service efforts that will directly and positively benefit our mutual students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. Next, we are joined by professors and program coordinators Karen Larson and Shauna Bynum, who are here to tell you about changes to our English and math course offerings.
Thanks, Dr. Parker. I'm going to start it off. I'm Karen Larson, the English Department Coordinator, and we wanted to give you first just an overview about some of the recent changes. As of fall, there will no longer be pre-transfer level standalone classes in English or math. Instead, students will place directly into transfer level courses. Some students may be required to take a co-requisite class with this transfer level course to help them succeed. Next slide, please. So for English, students will have two options. They'll either place directly into English 120, which is essentially our freshman composition class, where students write essays and learn about college level research. Or they will place into what we are calling our co-rec class. That is English 20 paired with a 2-unit support course to help them be successful. That's called English 95. Next slide. Our placement hasn't changed other than with the elimination of pre-transfer level courses. So students that have either a high school GPA higher than a 2.6 or B- or higher in both semesters of 11th grade English will place into English 120 with the option of taking the co-requisite course if they would like more support. Other students will place into the co-rec course directly. And now I'm going to hand it over to Shauna Bynum to talk to you a little bit more about math.
Thank you, Karen. So our math placement is just a little different because we have a placement for students who are interested in science, technology, engineering, or math majors versus students who are not. So if you can go ahead and advance this slide, I'll talk about the placements for our STEM students. If they take their pre-calculus class in high school, they can go straight into our calculus program. If they succeed in their algebra classes in high school, or if they don't but have a GPA of 3.4 or higher, they can go straight into our college algebra series. If they don't meet either of those requirements, so they didn't succeed in math in high school and they have a lower than 3.4 GPA, then they will do, just like Karen explains, enroll in a transfer level math class along with the co-rec support to bring them up so they can succeed at that college level. Then the next slide, we'll talk about all the students who aren't STEM majors. For students who are going to take statistics instead, they have just a little different standards. So again, if they're successful in their algebra classes or financial algebra, or maybe they take high school statistics, or if they don't succeed in those classes, but they do have an overall GPA of 3.0 or higher, they can go straight into statistics. We encourage all students to talk to a counselor first. Maybe they want to wait a semester or two before they do this class. If they don't meet those requirements, again, what will happen there is they will take their statistics class with a co-rec support. So those are our options for our students. Next slide, please. And then, oh, sorry, I thought there was another slide, but if students have any questions, they should just reach out to me or Karen. And then just a reminder that the placement is all done online through our placement tool. Now, none of your students need to take a placement test anymore. So we're only placing by students completing the online tool. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen and Shauna. And if I'm missing a slide here with your contact information, we can absolutely make sure to get that out to everybody, as well as the information about the placement website. I am going to go. You got a preview here of the dual enrollment update, which is next. So I'm pleased to introduce you to Christine Tapia, who was hired in January as our dual enrollment and educational partnerships manager, and who is now our primary point of contact at NVC for dual enrollment.
Thank you, Dr. Parker. Welcome, colleagues and partners. My name is Christine Tapia, Manager of Dual Enrollment and Educational Partnerships, and I'm pleased to provide an update on the dual enrollment program at Napa Valley College. So dual enrollment at NVC is one of the steadily growing programs at the college. Through our partnerships with K-12 districts, our local county office of education, and other agencies, we are able to provide this valuable opportunity for high school students to enroll in Napa Valley College courses with the potential of earning dual credit towards both college and high school requirements. Next slide, please. So at Napa Valley College, there are a few ways that a high school student can earn early college credit. Our CCAP, or College and Career Access Pathways program, has been the most popular, followed by non-CCAP or traditional and individual dual enrollment. About a third of our regular semester offerings has at least one high school student enrolled. We have also increased articulation agreements between high schools and some of our college programs, and most of these agreements are through our partnership with the Napa County Office of Education. Next slide. You can see from this information how dual enrollment at NVC has grown in the last 2 to 3 years. Currently, about 9% of our total student population are high school students, and most of them are enrolled under a CCAP agreement at their high school. Next, please. Our high school students have a wide range of interests. We know this, and this slide shows the most popular subjects that they enroll in at Napa Valley College. For CCAP classes, these subjects are based on an agreement between NVC and a high school district. And in terms of traditional or individual dual enrollment, the 5 subjects on the column on the right saw the most high school enrollments in the 2020-21 academic year. Next slide. You can see we've been hard at work in growing the dual enrollment program this year, as you can see from the accomplishments on the left. And on the right, we already have major plans for the 22-23 academic year, which includes exploring the addition of digital design graphics technology, LGBT studies, and ethnic studies to our dual enrollment offerings. We have also recently launched a dual enrollment handbook for students and parents in both English and Spanish, as well as improved the special high school permit to attend form to facilitate seamless onboarding for high school students. We're developing a dual enrollment calendar, which would be really helpful for all of our partners, and we continue to discuss improvements to dual enrollment registration. Last slide. We welcome any questions or ideas for potential partnership opportunities, so please do reach out to us. As you can see, we are a very small but very committed team that received plenty of support from the various offices at this college and with our partners, and we are duly thankful for them and for your participation this afternoon. Dr. Parker.
Thank you, Christine. And finally, please join me in welcoming Chris Farmer to tell you about new developments to help students identify and succeed on their educational path.
Thank you, Dr. Parker, and thank you everyone that presented before me. I do want to acknowledge what Christine just said. It is definitely a team effort around here, and what I am presenting is the work of several people who've been working to improve Napa Valley College over the past months. As we step bravely forward into this new educational world, this new paradigm we're stepping into, Napa Valley College is spending a lot of time imagining how students experience this and how they experience higher education in general. It's not just a straight line anymore. It's not get your get your prereqs, get your major, go off and get a career. It's about the college experience. And maybe it has been for a while, but we are really envisioning a pathway model at the college that will allow students to explore and develop and meet their peers that are in the same areas as there, but also not just straight for the major, but explore and grow as individuals within a field. We are calling it exploration pathways. We have 5 of them. These are them here. These are just mock-ups, but as we roll farther into summer, as we roll into the fall, be checking our website. You're going to see some big drastic changes in how students experience our website. And we're very proud and very excited of our new pathways approach that is going to bring tools and resources to students, as well as engaging them across their disciplines. A big piece of what we're rolling out in the fall is also a peer coaching program, because it is important for students to not only connect with their material and connect with their instructors, but also connect with their peers and within their areas. The peer coaching program is seeking to match continuing NVC students with brand new incoming students. Let me just jump to our website real quick here. So as students are coming in or enrolling in classes, they'll be matched with a peer coach that is already in a similar discipline to them, that has already experienced Napa Valley College, as to create that level of connectivity with the college. Here's our website. We are piloting, so it's not going to be a large cohort, but if you're interested or some of your students are interested in wanting to get a peer coach, I can tell you the best advice right now is to have them enroll in a counseling class. That will be our primary target for the fall, but looking to develop that even farther. I will be in the Q&A if anyone has any questions. And once again, my name is Chris Farmer. I'm the Senior Manager of Caminos Al Éxito, and looking forward to working with all of you. And with that, I will turn it back over to Dr. Parker. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. And thanks again to everyone who provided information from Academic Affairs. Have a great rest of the program, everyone. And back to you, Omar.
Great. Thank you very much, Sarah, and everyone for all of those fantastic updates. Friendly reminder, we do have a Q&A question and answer field where you can ask questions. So please feel free to do so. We have NVC staff available to answer those questions for you right now. If you're open and able to, feel free to do that. To kick off our student affairs updates, those of you working with STEM students will want to pay close attention because this one's for you. Here to share about our Mesa STEM Center and the valuable resources and opportunities that are available, I'm going to hand it over to Luis Alcázar, Associate Dean of Mesa and STEM Programs.
Thank you, Omar. I appreciate the introduction. And hello, everybody, and welcome. Happy to be here with you all this afternoon. I'm going to present some information about our Mesa STEM Center and our summer opportunities for potential STEM students here at Napa Valley College. So first and foremost, this is our team here in the Mesa STEM Center. Without the work of the complete team, we wouldn't be able to do the work that we do. Feel free to reach out to us at any point. And so what is the Mesa STEM Center? So the Mesa STEM Center serves as a hub for our STEM students. It really is like the student affairs, student service side of STEM. Our Mesa program is the heart of our program, and it was established in 1999. And we're also supported through an HSI STEM grant that we currently have as well to support our students. We provide equity-minded service delivery and culturally and community responsive staff, and promote community building within our center. These are some of our services that we have in the Mesa STEM Center. Some of the highlights is STEM tutoring for many of the STEM courses. Anybody taking a STEM course can partake in our STEM tutoring. We provide STEM conferences for students to participate in regionally and nationally. And we have a virtual and a physical community space for students to partake in. And most recently, we just opened up a makerspace for students to participate in. And these are some of the rest of them. But there's also a couple opportunities for students to engage in as they enter their STEM journey here at Napa Valley College. And it's our STEM Summer Bridge and STEM First Year Experience. I'll start off with the STEM Summer Bridge program. So why should students participate in the STEM Summer Bridge program? First and foremost, it provides a smoother transition in their STEM education here at NVC, because they get to build relationships with each other as a cohort and build relationship with our STEM faculty. And they get exposed to resources very early on. And it also increases a STEM sense of belonging and sense of preparedness. And this will come up again for the following opportunity. Some of the components include a Counseling 97 course so students could learn how to manage a college experience while they are here. That's the exposure to those resources. They get to partake in STEM labs virtually and hands-on in person. There'll be an intro to STEM research workshop, since we are building a research community here at the college. They participate in a STEM and music lab, an orientation, a closing ceremony. But this date is very important. Please note that the deadline to submit the application is Monday, June 13th. And to be eligible, students just need to be attending Napa Valley College in the fall and planning on transferring it into a calculus-based STEM major at a four-year institution. And see, these are some of the major students could major in to be eligible. And the second opportunity is a STEM first year experience. It's something we piloted last year, and we made some modifications this year. And why would students be interested in something like this? It also increases a sense of belonging, similar to a STEM Summer Bridge program, but it's a much longer term cohort that is being built. Other colleges have shown that it helps integrate students into and stay at the college. It includes components of learning communities that are very powerful here at the college, and these components have been proven to be successful. It builds a peer support cohort for incoming students, as STEM students that I mentioned, and that will last even beyond the first year. And the components for the fall include a Counseling 100 course, and any Math or 108 course. So we do require the students be in a Math or 108 section, Math 106 or Math 108 section. There is an orientation and one out of the classroom activity, which will be a talking circle. And then in the spring, students need to participate at least in enroll at least into at least one science course and one math course. And there'll be two out of classroom activities, being a talking circle and a ropes course as well, for students to continue to build community. And to be eligible for that, they just need to be placing into Math 108 or Math 106, or Math 106 with the support course, Math 86, and also be planning on transferring into a calculus-based STEM major at a four-year institution. And these are the two flyers that you should have in your folder, and if not, they're also on our website for our center. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. Reach out to my team members, Rene Rubio or Patricia Posada, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have related to our center, STEM Summer Bridge, and our STEM first year experience. Thank you for being here and for listening to these opportunities. I'll go ahead and pass the mic back to our MC, Omar.
Thank you very much, Luis. And just a reminder, all incoming STEM students should be taking advantage of our Mesa STEM Center. So the sooner they can get connected, the better. Up next for you, we're going to hear from some of our learning communities who will be sharing more about their programs and the importance of finding community at Napa Valley College. The coordinator of each learning community will be speaking to you today. And to begin, I'd like to introduce Jeanette McClendon, coordinator and counselor for our Moja program.
Good afternoon. It is afternoon, right? Good afternoon, everyone. And again, my name is Jeanette McClendon, and I'm the coordinator of one of the learning communities. I'm counseling faculty on campus. Learning communities, why? Why should we have them? It's so important that we have a sense of connection on our campus. So our presenters today will be talking about the importance of a learning community and why students should be involved in one, and how responsive learning communities are in promoting self-identity, culture, and community building, as well as student success. And so I would like to first introduce, and I'm going to come on at the end and speak, so I'd like to first introduce Eric Martinez, who's going to speak on behalf of Puente.
Thank you, Jeanette. My name is Eric Martinez. I'm a general counselor at Napa Valley College. Can you get to the slide, please?
Sorry.
That's okay, no. Yeah, so I'm the co-counselor, co-coordinator of the Puente program, and Puente in English means bridge, so we're helping students bridge from high school to college, and Puente is a one-year learning community In our main goal, our mission is to enroll students in four-year universities, earn college degrees, and hopefully come back in the community to help as well. Next slide. Next slide.
You don't see it?
No, I don't see it. There we go. Yeah, so in the one-year learning community, and so we have three phases. The phase one, students take college level English with college success. Phase two, students take their critical thinking English with transfer success. And then phase three is all the remaining phases. The unique thing about Puente is that the English classes integrate Chicanx, Latinx topics and literature, and the counseling classes will discuss the Chicanx, Latinx experiences. Puente is open to everyone, but especially for students that want to learn more about the Chicanx and Latinx experiences. I will be in the Q&A if you have any questions, and I will pass it along to Nicolette for Cada Sea Sun. Thank you.
May I? Hi, Eric. I'm Dr. Sherry Tennyson. I'm pinch hitting for Nicolette Morales. So thank you all for being here. I just wanted to say it's such an honor to be presenting the Casa Sign Learning Community for Napa Valley College. We are one of only 6 or 5 in the entire California state. We started last fall, 2021. I want to talk a little about what the term Casa Sign means in terms of where we're going with it. It embraces the community spirit where we all grow together, we create together, and we are all cultivating as agents of change in the Filipinx American community and our allies. We chose Casa Sign, and it means history in the Filipino language, and it's all about stories. I think, Eric, you had mentioned stories. It talks about our culture, our traditions, our stories. We want to carry that forward for our folks and our students and their children, as well as for other folks in the community. This coming up fall, we're going to be providing Humanities 160 and Counseling 100 with an emphasis of Filipinx heritage, American heritage. Our co-coordinators are Professor Morales and Professor Rossi, and I am the career mentor, Dr. Sherry Tennyson. Information to follow us is on this page. But most importantly, we too are open to the entire community, and we hope to see more of you. We definitely are excited about entering our second year for the Casa Sign Learning Community. Thank you, Jeanette, and thank you, Eric, for having me join you. It's an honor.
And again, I'm Jeanette McClendon. I represent and work for and I'm passionate about the Umoja program. Umoja means unity. And that's basically what these learning communities are really all about. Can you imagine these past 2 years and how people feel just learning online? I mean, the sense of community is there, but it's not the same when you're actually in person talking to people, to students. And so with us coming back on campus, it's going to really build and expand that community that we once had. And so Umoja basically enhances the cultural experiences and educational experiences of all students. As all the other learning communities, we all have the same ideal in mind: to help transfer, graduate, transfer, and be successful in whatever their endeavors are. And Umoja, again, is no different from that. We are one of 66 campuses that offer this type of program for students. And again, it doesn't really matter to us who you are and what your goals are. We just want to work with the whole student. The holistic approach is what we have. We deal with the mind, the body, and the spirit. So we do a lot of cultural events. We do the academics. We teach, we're in a year-long cohort. We've actually expanded to a 2-year cohort for Umoja. And we just want to make sure that the students, we walk them through the whole process, through the time that they're a student in the beginning of the semester all the way until they finish. And even after that, we build these long-term, lifelong relationships. They consider us, because we're older, we're adults, as opposed to them, as family members. And so we treat them as such. As you can see in one of the pictures, Dr. Tia Madison, who actually started the program, she's doing like a group session with the students, because we really are tapping into their minds, their bodies, and their spirits. And so why would we even want to do something like that? Why not? You know, we want the students to be engaged. We want the students to feel wanted, needed, and respected. So we do what is called intentional deliberate. What we say matters, you know, so we have a set of cohorts, a set of practices that we follow, and we expect the students to follow that as well. We teach them how to be responsive to the needs of themselves as well as others. And we just want them to know that, you know, their education and what they do at the college makes them very valuable and worthy. So that's what the learning communities are really all about. If you go to the website, you can get more information about the Umoja program. We welcome all students. You know, our students in the programs are very diverse. They come from all backgrounds, but we do teach them about culture and about what it means to be, you know, make everything you say matter. And so that's really what we're all about. And so that's what the learning communities are. We're all in it together. We're not competing against each other. We're all just trying to make the best of the students that are coming to the college. And so if you have any questions for any of us, please feel free to put it in the chat or go to our websites where you can get contact information about each one of the programs. Thank you for your time, and I'll turn it back over to Omar.
Thank you very much, Jeanette, and everyone. I'm personally a strong believer in the power of cohorts, so it's great to hear of all these communities that are available at MVC. So thank you for sharing that information. Shifting gears a bit, let's talk careers. The job market is currently a candidates market or a job seekers market. And while this may vary by industry, students who are seeking jobs and internships should be aware of how they can use this to their advantage. What better place to learn than our very own Career Center? Here's to share more. Allow me to welcome back our career consultant, Dr. Sherry Tennyson.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm so glad to be here with you all today. On our slide, thank you, Martha. This is just a beginning. Go to page number 1 up here. This is our Napa Valley Careers Readiness Program, and you can meet the team. Uh-oh, we're not getting all the pictures. Martha, there you go. Could you go back to the very beginning? Two more. Ah, there you go. This is the team. This is the team of the Career Center. It's myself, the consultant, Ms. Ruth, our admin assistant, and Dr. Reed Davis. Next slide, please. Thank you. So how many of you have played with Legos? Played with Legos with your children? After a lot of the work, go back to the basement, to my Legos. Back to the Legos. I want to talk about this slide really emphasizes where we are coming from for the Career Center. So when your students come on campus, we definitely want to work with your students. First of all, we want them to visit the Career Center. And yeah, we talk about, yes, well, they don't need to really look for a job or an internship till their last semester or their last year with you. We want them to come to our Career Center and get to know who we are. We are down for the count with the young folks that are coming onto our college campus. Our first block, of course, is visit the Career Center. And please note, we're talking about building together. We're talking about these blocks are part of the career development of our young people. Number 2 is identify what students like to do. We truly want our students, as coming to our Career Center, we want to help them understand what it means, what in the fields that they like to pursue. So what do they like to do? It can be done through Dr. Davis and his career assessments. It could be sitting down with myself, taking our career counseling courses, talking to people in the field. Coming up on next Thursday, we have a big old job fair with more than 90 employers, but starting to talk in the community about what you like to do. I like to tell the students so they don't get too anxious. We're here to start you at 30,000 feet high. It's our job, our faculty, our team, our transfer center, our counselors. It's our job to help you bring that down to like 10,000 feet. It's never going to be the 0 till you're actually older, possibly, and you do change. So identify what you like to do. We're here for you. Networking 101. How many of you are familiar with, sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know? Networking 101 is about how do you create that professional network of professionals that will help you in the field. One of my favorite statements that I saw that I talked to the students about is, it's not just folks that you think are professionals, it could be the very folks that help you with your classmates, your professors, your friends and family. And it's about building relationships with them and letting them know your goals for your career. And in one simple line, one person who knows your strengths well and vouches for you can be an extremely valuable asset. Number 4 are tools to be successful. What do you need to do to be successful? Of course, it's going to be the hard skills. Do you know how to write a resume? Do you know how to write a one-page resume? How to write an effective resume? How to do job interviews, informational interviews? How do I talk to an employer? How do I talk to employers at a job fair? Those are very key tools that need to be learned so they can be successful in their career path. How do you do that 30-second elevator pitch? How do I tell employers that I am ready to go and you should hire me? Those are some of the tools that we are making sure that the students learn while they're with us. Top that off, we're also looking at the soft skills. Can they make great decisions? Are they critical thinkers? Can they communicate in writing? Can they communicate on paper? Can they communicate in a way that employers are impressed? We are impressed. Are they creative? Can they work in a team? We're really building those skills so that they are going to be effective in the real world. And then last but not least, how many of us need to know that we have to plan? And it's a hard one for all of us, but it's about plan, plan, and plan. And one thing I tell the students is that you will always use these tools. You'll always use your building blocks. You may change 5 years from now. You might decide to change your job. You might decide to change your profession. All of these skills that you're learning are going to be taken with you forever. Okay, that sounds a little long, but you know what I mean. I also want you to know that each of these blocks has corresponding workshops and as well as one-on-one work with the students. Next slide, please. Thank you, Martha. These are who we serve, alumni and current students. Yes, we're so excited that we have alumni coming back to the college and helping us. We have the upcoming job fair on May 5th. 3 of our alumni are coming back to hire our students. What a great testament to our college. Our services, again, are all aligned to the blocks. The career advising, the assistance in finding internships, resume assistance, cover letters. All of these are the activities we help to ensure that our students have tools to be successful. Next slide, please. Workshops, we're always providing workshops. They could be, like I said earlier, one-on-one, as well as meeting with other students. I have gone into the classes and did presentations. Again, all our workshops are aligned with our boxes or our Legos. Next slide, please. One of the activities you will hear me talk about is our hiring events. We want students to meet our employers. As Omar mentioned today, right now as we speak, it's a job seekers market. We know several things. Our students are ready to go. Sometimes they are anxious, but that's part of the work that we here at the college will make sure that we can help them with. We also have mentors. Another way for our students to go out and meet the world is to do it safely. And career mentors are in all our learning communities, including our Kasasayan one, but career mentors, people who have already gone and walked the footsteps that our students are starting their own career journeys. And a lot of times, sometimes it's that one person who starts sharing their information. We all know one thing, it's not a linear approach. It's what they like to call now a lattice approach. You're going from one area to another. So these are workshops and events that we want to ensure that our students have access to so they could build upon their Legos. Next slide, please. Okay, employers, this is just a handful of the employers we're working with. Next week on our job fair, we will have at least 90 employers joining us. And our hope is to continue to build out the relationships with these employers who are willing to take our students on in internship positions, in regular paid positions. They are willing to work with our students so that they can enter the career fields of their choice. Next slide, please. Last but not least, this is how you could reach us. It's the career.center at napavalley.edu. We do have a website, and for students who are interested, you can join us at the Cranium Cafe, where we can provide one-on-one counseling. And as of this semester, we're on campus, so we can meet with our students in person. Next slide, please. Follow us on our Instagram account. And last but not least, the job fair on May 5th is happening 10 to 2 o'clock here on campus, as well as a virtual event. We're really promoting this. It's a chance for the students to meet employers who are interested in hiring our students. And one thing I'd love to leave, and I always do this at every presentation I do, I want to leave you all with a statement that I hope that carries with you. And today I decided to do the fish story. As many of us know, you can give a person a fish for today, or you can teach them how to fish for a lifetime. Or what I told a 3rd grade class at Canyon Oaks, I can give you a cookie, or I can teach you how to bake a cookie for the lifetime. Most importantly, we're here for the count. We want to help our students, and we want to help lay down the foundations. I thank you for having me today, as well as a way to follow us on social media. Again, we are going to hope to see you on May 5th at 10 to 2 here on campus. Thank you. Thank you, Martha.
All right, thank you again, Sherry. I can't stress enough the importance of students taking advantage of these resources as early as they can. And I actually work in the Transfer Center, and we know the Career Center well because we share the same location. So while your students are coming by to the Career Center, have them talk to us in the Transfer Center to talk if they're interested about finding out more about universities, where to transfer to, or timeline, things like that. I'm going to introduce our 2 final presenters for you today. Now, not everyone knows that MVC has a mascot, but Chris Farmer, Senior Manager of our Title V HSI grant, Caminos al Éxito, is going to share how Stormy is helping us as an online resource to connect with both current and prospective students. And after Chris, we're going to continue talking tech with our last speaker of the day, Griffin Sharp, Client Success Manager with Timely MD, who will be discussing virtual health and well-being and how we have partnered with them to offer students free and equitable access to mental health support. But first, let's welcome back Chris Farmer to the stage.
Thank you, Omar, and long time no see, everyone. So this is right where I left off. Some of you might have noticed, if you've been on our website recently, that Stormy has been making an appearance. Now, Stormy is the name not only of our fantastic division-winning men's soccer team this year, but it is also our chatbot. And so one way the Napa Valley College is trying to work its way around this new digital future is to offer more assistance on our website. Let's say you were a student and you wanted to know, how do I enroll? Stormy has an answer for you. It has links to our websites. Notice that we have the dual enrollment checklist that all of our dual enrollment students have to go through, but it also takes you to the website that gives information about our CCAP offerings, which are a little bit different. Stormy also gives you some suggestions here, like a very important one. How much does dual enrollment cost? Because you might be curious about that, and probably no surprise to most of you in the audience, it is absolutely free to all of our dual enrollment students. Now, let's say I want to talk to someone, or Stormy doesn't have the answer. So let's ask it a question. How deep is your love? Chatbots don't love, so it says, sorry, I don't have an answer to that. Would you like to contact the office? Now, in the near future, there will be live chat agents that if they say, yes, please, it'll look to see what office they want to contact, and someone could be online to help them. But as of right now, let's say a student has a question about receiving financial aid. They can click on financial aid. It's going to walk them through a simple form, which will result in an email to financial aid. They get to download their transcript. So we're really excited about Stormy. It has actually a lot of other operations, and we hope you take advantage of it, because the more questions folks ask our chatbot, the better it gets. So that's all for me, but I want to introduce something that's very exciting for taking care of not just our students academically, but also mentally. Napa Valley College is working with a partner, and here to tell you all about that is Mr. Griffin Sharp.
Great, thank you so much. And I will get my slides up here. And As Chris said, we are talking today about the Timely Care platform, a great resource for all Napa Valley College students. The Timely Care platform is one that provides 24/7, 365 access to virtual medical and mental health mental health resources rather to all Napa Valley College students. And so we have a number of great resources and services that are available through the Timely Care platform for students who are enrolled at Napa Valley College. Students can access this platform in one of two ways: through the Timely Care app, if they're looking to access services through their smartphone device, or through timelycare.com/NVC. Those are the two ways that students can get started and learn more about the Timely Care platform and register an account to start receiving their virtual mental health resources and accessing services. One big thing about these services is that they are coming at no cost to students. Students do not need to submit credit card information or proof of health insurance when enrolling an account or accessing our mental health resources. They do not need to submit anything along those lines. They simply can register a free account to them, access the mental health resources, the Talk Now and scheduled counseling platforms, which I'll talk through in just a second. They can access all of those great resources at no cost to them. And all of our mental health providers are very student focused. They are excited to work with students. They want to work with students. They're experienced working with students on all different levels. And so they are a great resource to help support students if they need to talk to somebody. So as I mentioned, there's a lot of different resources and services on the Timely Care platform that are available to students. The two I'm going to highlight on this page are the scheduled counseling and Talk Now services. These are the core mental health services that all Napa Valley College students have access to. And so all students have access to 12 free licensed therapy sessions through the scheduled counseling platform, where students can go select the scheduled counseling service. They'll be able to select a licensed therapist of their choice after reviewing that therapist's profile so that they can select someone that they're most comfortable with, and then have a visit with that therapist at a date and time that works for them. And so that is kind of the more formal licensed therapy arm of the services that are available. But we also have Talk Now. And Talk Now is a 24/7, 365 support line that students can call in any time of day, anywhere in all 50 states to get connected with a mental health professional to talk through whatever might be going on, whether that's a crisis situation like having suicidal ideations, or it could be family trouble, roommate conflict, relationship issues, anxiety, stress, symptoms of depression, whatever might be negatively impacting their mental health. Talk Now is there for them to access a mental health professional in a matter of minutes. You can see we also have some other resources that are available, including a basic needs service that can connect students to basic need resources. And we have Timely Care sessions, which are group sessions for students to join if they're interested in things like virtual yoga, guided meditation, or would like to hear more about topics related to mental health from some of our providers in that group class format. And so a lot of great services that are offered through Timely Care available to all Napa Valley College students that they would have access to. And so for students looking to start a visit, once they're enrolled, they can simply go to timelycare.com/NVC, as I mentioned before, or download the Timely Care app. If they do go to the website, they'll be able to sign in using their NVC credentials using single sign-on. So we make it easy, no new username, no new password that they would have to create, but they would simply sign in, go through a registration process that takes a couple minutes, similar to going to a therapist office and filling out an intake form, and then they would be ready to access services right through their Timely Care account. As I mentioned, this is if they're accessing the Timely Care app, they would just use their school email address and Napa Valley College credentials to log in, and then they would be able to get connected to services from there. And so it's a really great service. It's simple, it's easy, it's coming at no cost to the student. So it's a great way for students to have a mental health support resource in their back pocket, in the palm of their hand, whenever they might need it, wherever they might be. And so the Timely Care platform is there for all Napa Valley College students. to utilize. And they'll be able to connect to those scheduled licensed therapists through scheduled counseling or to any mental health professional 24/7 through that Talk Now on-demand support resource. So if there are any questions, happy to answer any questions. This is some information from our side. If you have additional questions, my contact information is also up there. And I will check the chat as well to see if there's any questions that are coming in through there. And I'm not seeing any. I saw, is it 12 free sessions per semester? It's 12 sessions per year. So students have access to 12 free licensed therapy sessions per year through the Timely Care platform.
All right, well, thank you very much, Griffin. What a great resource for our students. And we do have a little bit of time. So we're gonna go ahead and share the webpage where you can see presentation materials. And I believe presentation materials are now uploaded for you on our NBC High School Counselors webpage, although the recording will be made available tomorrow. So Martha, thank you for sharing that right now. So this is our webpage right here. So as you can see where Martha is indicating, this is where you can go ahead and see those materials that are uploaded if you want to go ahead and download those yourself. So thank you for sharing that. And we do have the Q&A still active right now. So feel free if you have any other questions to ask us some questions before we finish up. But folks, I'm sorry to say that we have come to the end of our event, but please, please, please remember to fill out the event evaluation survey, which I believe will be sent within the hour. And that'll be coming from NBC Student Affairs at napavalley.edu. Also, questions can be emailed to our Office of Student Affairs at the same email address. If, for example, you remember a question that you're like, oh, I should have asked this during the event, you can go ahead and send them that email. Quick shout out to everyone that participated and helped with this event. You all are amazing. Once again, my name is Omar Pena with the Transfer Center at Napa Valley College. Thank you so much for joining us today and for everything that you do to help students reach their educational goals. Please don't hesitate to reach out, and until next time.